What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Italy AI only battle. We're getting towards the not the end, but the juicy part, I guess. I would say the results. I don't think we're actually going to do results. I've had a bit of a change of heart. I think we're just going to see if we just leave it running and see what happens. I think the Gauls have already won, so at turn 350 I'll give you a shout outs and then we'll just keep going. I think the gaps are pretty good between the civs. At the moment, I would say last time around, at least, the order was pretty clear. You know, it was Gauls first, Monaco was second most of the time, then Carthage, then Rome. Yugoslavia's obviously got a lot better, and Rome's had a comeback, so maybe there'll be a gap there. But let's just leave it running, I think, and see what happens. And if we have to, you know, use the info addicts, but it doesn't matter too much. I think let's just appreciate this game. We don't really need the scores. As I said, the Gauls have won. I think there's a couple of people picked the Gauls, or 2 or 3, so I'll give them their shout outs at turn 350. Congratulations to you guys. But yeah, they're not going to lose now. I can 100% confirm that. There's no way they could lose. I think it's impossible. Like, not without me intervening, right, with the in-game editor and giving these other civs a ton of units. It's not happening. But there we go. They did just complete the CN Tower, just to add to their collection of wonders. So yeah, it's looking good for them. We've obviously got Rome, who's had a bit of a comeback, kicked out Carthage, pushed out Monaco as well. Yugoslavia's had a bit of a surge, grabbing Venice, grabbing cities off Wallachia, kicking Rome out of their region and their territory. So maybe Rome overall is still worse off if they've lost these 4 cities. I didn't think of that until now. But there we go. So not many civs left. We've lost all the smaller ones. Obviously we lost Malta. We do still have the Vatican. They're still clinging on. But yeah, we lost Malta and Venice. So we will continue. We are down to, I want to get this right, 9 civs. 9. 4 sort of in the west, 4 in Eastern Europe, and then the Vatican being the final one. So we'll see who does well. We'll give them some more turns. Let them do their stuff. Wallachia is not doing too great. I mean, they're pretty small, but they're not small, right? 225 population cities is certainly good. That's 50 in total. Yeah, they're not as weak as the others. I still don't think they're going to come back, but you know, they're a bit different to the Vatican, right? With 116 population city when they have 50 total population there. It's a lot more. If someone like Bosnia, that number's nearer to 100 total population. Yeah, over 100. When I didn't see the city yet, well over 100. Yugoslavia is well over. They have 70 on 1 city, so 2 cities. So that's pretty impressive. The Gauls probably have the most as well. So there you go, just a bit of a population comparison. We could just use the info addicts instead, but we have not yet anyway. Maybe next time. Or we will in a second. Just for some extra insight. If any wars break out, I think now we will do a little bit of a deep dive. Have a look, see who's got the best tech, who's got the best military before they actually get going. But at the moment there's not too many. Rome is still fighting Carthage. And just about clinging on down here, and they've kept Monaco at bay, although it looks like Monaco is coming in with some submarines to make sure Rome, yeah, at the very least they kill all of Rome's boats. They're not letting Rome get off with this recovery easily, and Carthage is coming back again as they retake this city. Maybe they backed off a bit too soon. Now they're coming back, and that's why Rome had that resurgence. Who knows? There's also some missile cruisers there for Carthage, pretty advanced units. It's good to see. No moves yet for Yugoslavia or Bosnia. I wouldn't be surprised if Bosnia attacked Wallachia again. I reckon we could see that soon, but you never know. Yeah, Bosnia had like over 1 million troops, so it's definitely possible. Wallachia will not have anywhere near that now, even though they still have a pretty hefty military. I don't think they'll have enough to do that. And Austria, of course, could be up for grabs too, to either the Gauls or Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is much more spread out at the moment though than they were before, so not the ideal position to really be in. Rome's turn. Will they retake this island? Probably not. No, they did kill a boat, but that was about it. And Carthage pushing even further forward as Carthage finally completes the Manhattan project for themselves. They do have a fair amount of extra land. They have obviously most of Africa, this little bit that's owned by Monaco. They own all of Sicily now, which is still pretty big on this map. They own the enlarged Malta. And southern Sardinia is also Carthage, so they do have a lot of stuff. Sadly, they are just maybe struggling a bit to use the water to their advantage. Monaco may be similar. I'm not feeling good for Monaco. I see Milan's now at 33 population. Look at this border. It's just tons of Gauls units. I would not want to mess with that, but they can do what they need to. That's terrifying, isn't it? We'll see how that goes. Well, the turns are really not taking that long. It's turn 333. I'm just going to time it. We're on 5:38 of the recording. Now, it won't match up to what you've got, but let's see how long it takes. There's the two Sicilies. That one random unit that's still alive. Just the warrior just sailing around. Everyone around them. There's just submarines fighting all around them, and they're just sailing on the surface in their little wooden boats, having a good time. Meanwhile, under the water, there's nuclear submarines just sinking each other. They can't even see that. Yugoslavia's turn. Come on, give us a war. I'd like a new one this episode. Fingers crossed, right? We can get a new one this episode. Surely. That's what we all want. Everyone wants that. Is it going to happen? No. Italy. I did not know. Oh, yeah, they have a great general, don't they? Just wandering around somewhere. That's quite funny. There's just a random one just going around. And here's Wallachia's turn, which ends 1 minute and 1 second after we started. That's really not bad. Normally we'd be at like 3-4 minutes at this point in the game. Oh, that baited me. I thought we were getting a big one. Not quite, but I thought so. Monaco versus Wallachia. But it does mean that someone else may attack Wallachia very soon. Carthage and Rome exchange the city of Malacca again, but Carthage doing damage to multiple cities. The Vatican finally gets an ideology, and they will hold up the torch that Venice previously held, which is of freedom. So there you go. Vatican goes for freedom. They'll probably die like immediately now. And there it is, the Yugoslavians going after Wallachia again. So the peace treaty's obviously expired, and they're going to attack them again, which is all round pretty exciting. We'll see how that goes. They have a lot more planes now, Yugoslavia. I'm guessing they got a lot of the oil off of Wallachia, because Wallachia we knew had some oil. Probably got some off of Rome as well. Maybe Venice has some in the water. We can't actually see that at the moment because I don't have the technologies set for myself to be able to see it. But there you go. Always adds to the excitement, not knowing who has what. But yeah, it looks like it's going to start tough because Wallachia has a lot of units, but I'm assuming Yugoslavia will start to use their tech advantage and really emerge on top. They also go before Wallachia here, so they should be able to kill a few units and just do a good job. This city's already pretty low, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bosnia joined in at some point as well, especially if Wallachia's numbers start to get a bit smaller. Obviously a Yugoslavia-Bosnia war, I believe they're third and fourth biggest military, so that would be quite an interesting one. Monaco's obviously stagnated. Carthage is still up. I can't remember actually. The list was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? We'll have a look this turn. We'll see who's on what. How's it looking? We'll just wait for this turn to end. The Gauls have their turn, and then it's Wallachia's turn to have a bit of a response. I'm sure they will do some damage. Yep, they killed a unit there. I'm just going to save for safety. For my own safety, really. Obviously, I'll just rerun it, but it's fine. I don't want to have to record it twice. There's the Gauls still shooting out in front. Rome's first little sign of recovery. Yugoslavia's really jumped up towards Monaco and Carthage, which is quite interesting. But here we go. Militaries. There's the Gauls. Massive lead. Monaco and Carthage still appear to be second and third, which was not the case earlier. But no, that is Bosnia apparently in third. Never mind. There you go. So Yugoslavia's fourth, Wallachia down here in eighth. So it's 954,000 at the moment. Wallachia's 338. But if Bosnia was to join, that would be another million on that side. So not great for Wallachia at all if that was to happen. Rome is nearer the bottom now at over 500,000. Monaco, yeah, still not growing particularly quickly at 850k. But there you go. 950 v about 350. I think 360. But yeah, that should obviously favour Yugoslavia, but they're going to have to move stuff over. Wallachia was already here with everything. Yugoslavia, it's a few turns. Obviously all these units will probably come over. All these ones. Obviously the boats cannot come over, so there is some disadvantages. I see they have tanks as well, which is always nice. I think I saw one. Yep, there it is in Sarajevo. It's nice to see a civ with tanks. You know, they're sometimes neglected by the AI. You know, we can't expect to get a giant death robot, so at least we see a tank, and maybe we'll see a modern armor later on. It's disappeared. Where'd they move it to? How far did it drive in one turn? It just disappeared. I'm sure it's there and I'm missing it. There it is. Oh, there's one. It might be a different one, but I'm guessing it's that one. Wallachia's turn comes to an end. They are okay at the moment, but they are taking damage to this city. And they're not exactly pushing back. It looks like words. Autocracy. I was trying to say ideology, and I was trying to say I meant autocracy in my brain, and it just all went wrong. Looks like the world ideology will be voted in as autocracy. I think probably a lot of the civs are autocracy, so that wouldn't surprise me if it won the vote. I don't know how the two Sicilies have just entered the industrial era, because they don't actually have cities, so I don't really know how they're researching technologies, but there you go. They're climbing, obviously. They're still managing to get the odd one here and there, which is good to know. Very far behind, of course. We've got most civs in the information era, apart from Austria, I think. Maybe Rome as well. No, Rome probably is there as well. They have rocket artillery. They're just about holding on to Hadrumetum here. Malacca. Oh, who is this? The Gauls are down here. I don't think they're at war with Carthage, so I don't think this is a problem, but I don't know why they're here. Just scouting out what's going on. There you go. World ideology autocracy has passed. The repealing of wine failed. I don't know what this world's got against wine, but there you go. It's not the worst. We've seen games where like every luxury resource has been banned. Like, I don't know why, and that obviously affects the civ's happiness a little bit. There you go. Carthage does grab the city of Hadrumetum. And how is it going? Yugoslavia, it's still pretty open. Bosnia will be enjoying this. They're watching their two neighbours lose a lot of units. There's a, you know, if they lose enough, Bosnia would have actually more troops than both of them combined. If you think about it, they've got nearly 1.1 million. So, and the Yugoslavia and Wallachia combined have about 14 million. No, 1.4 million. So if enough troops die, Bosnia could even go after Yugoslavia. They could not go after Wallachia. They could team up with Wallachia. But history will tell us that's unlikely. Bosnia's attacked Wallachia a lot, but they've always been unsuccessful. So maybe there's a bit of a jinx. Maybe that's not going to happen for them. Could be the case. We are 11 turns away from the big 350. As I said, we'll just keep going. We might switch to highlights at some point if not much is going on, but until that point, we'll just keep going. We'll definitely try to get to 400, I think, in episodes. At the moment, that seems reasonable. Then maybe there we'll consider it, or like I said, if nothing's happening, then we will do the highlights. Because last time I said we'd do when I finally gave in and said, look, nothing's happened for 25 turns, let's do the highlights. The next turn we got a big war, so you know how the AI likes to work. Maybe we have to just trick it into giving us a go. But here we go. Yugoslavia's turn again. They again just sort of push in, do some damage. But they are definitely bombing this city. And if they kill enough units and create an opening, there is a river in the way, which is a bit of a challenge. But if it gets down to 0 and they have a unit nearby, yep, there's every chance they could grab that, sneak it away. And then obviously you're just sort of trapping them in the corner. Yeah, they're getting pushed back and they are definitely losing units, which is not great for Wallachia. And there we go, Rome pieces out with Monaco. I can't believe that. I cannot believe this. They gave Medina back. What? It was under no threat at all. They should have given the Vatican back too, because then they would have been safer from the Gauls, but then all of this would not have been even worth it. Oh my goodness. That hurts, Rome. That hurts. But whatever, I can't change it. They've done it now. Can't change the past. There we go. Big mistake though. Good job, Rome. I don't know what to say. Let's go back over to Yugoslavia. They're not letting us down. And look, there you go. They are very close. In fact, they should take this city this turn because they can bomb the city with planes and the mobile SAM can then just move in. They go before Wallachia. so they shouldn't have any issues with turn timing. Should be nice and easy for them to get that done and win the war, or at least, you know, inflict a lot of damage. Maybe not win the war, that's a bit heavy, but I think they would win. They are going to win, right? They're pretty much 3-1 in terms of numbers, so it wouldn't surprise me if they won. Be pretty. If Wallachia won, it would be a big surprise. But there we go. Arges, however you pronounce that one, has fallen to Yugoslavia. That should change eventually. On the map, there it is. Now, Wallachia should get it back eventually. Possibly. There's some units here. They'll do damage. It's going to be close. But if Yugoslavia can hold on to it, that'd be great. But yeah, they take it back that turn. But we're guessing again, Yugoslavia could get it again next turn. Here we go. We'll see pretty soon. So I think Rome is now at peace with everyone but Carthage. So they should be able to defend themselves now pretty well in the south. The only issue is obviously they're still burning units that are not building up. Whereas obviously, yes, this is obviously just ridiculous. Even Monaco to some extent. Actually, Monaco has not really got that many units. They just have very advanced units, so the number's quite big. But yeah, I mean, the Gauls are so ridiculously ahead of everyone. It's ridiculous. Austria's still here though. Maybe they're friends with the Gauls now. Who knows? Maybe they're just all big happy family, all friends on that border that they have. It's, you know, I mean, to be fair, Austria has also filled almost all of their tiles with units. You know, so they're the only two civs to have done it. I say that Carthage has kind of done it in their land tiles. Oh my goodness, look at that. If they were using all of this against Rome, they'd be having a great time, but they are not. Bosnia has also filled most of their tiles. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So maybe that's a bit harsh on some of the other civs. But Austria's, you know, they've been a best of the rest. The problem is the rest are all dead now. So they are now sort of the worst. It's how it's all flipped. Especially if we were to see Wallachia go. Then obviously Austria only really the Vatican below them in terms of the overall positions. And so far, this city should fall. Yes, it should fall now because Yugoslavia have enough units here, and this time they've killed a few more Wallachians. So we will, we'll see how it pans out. Here we go. Austria into the atomic era. There we go. I thought everyone was in the information era. I was wrong. Austria is definitely not. They've still got a way to go. But here we go. Then are they going to do it? Oh, yes. Okay. And they should keep it this time. I think there's nothing there that can get back to it. Which is really big if you can keep it even for 1-2 turns. That health builds up. It makes it much harder for Wallachia to get it back. And yeah, now your planes, although I'm saying that, a lot of their planes seem to have died unless they've moved away. Now you can focus on this one city in the corner. Makes your life a fair bit easier for the rest of the game. Here we go, big turn. I mean, Wallachia didn't take it back last turn, but as we said, we should see these units sort of picked off, and that's going to make it very difficult for any sort of comeback into this city for Wallachia, I would say. And it also, of course, cuts Bosnia off, which is a big thing to bear in mind. Yugoslavia will now get the other city as well, Targoviste, the Wallachian capital. Bosnia will not have access to that. And yeah, it means Bosnia is now completely trapped by Yugoslavia. So they're going to have to declare on Yugoslavia if they want to. I wonder if they're trying to befriend someone. Like, if Bosnia and the Gauls teamed up on you, that would be terrifying for Yugoslavia. But you've got to give Yugoslavia credit. They've brought the entertainment factor to the last probably 3-4 episodes. Definitely last 2. They've been very entertaining. So that's good. You know, thanks for that, Yugoslavia. But yeah, you could end up in a... You might be worse off for it if Bosnia attacks you or teams up with the Gauls. I mean, Bosnia has a bigger army by themselves, but especially if they team up with the Gauls or someone like that. That would be pretty scary. Okay, there is a lot of planes here now. They must have backed off a little bit, and yeah, this city's low. I would say next episode we could see Wallachia, the next civ, eliminated. which importantly means the Vatican will have made it to the final 8. That's pretty big for them. Well done to them if they can achieve that. But that will be it for today's episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.